Hello, everyone. I'm Lamell McMorris, and I want to tell you a story. I grew up in the Woodlawn neighborhood directly across the street from where the YWCA's current Laura Parks and Mildred Francis Center sits, at the corner of 66 and Cottage Grove. During my childhood, the conditions and statistics of West Woodlawn would suggest that the hope for a bright and successful future for someone like me was bleak. And in fact, the current statistics and conditions aren't much different. My brother and I were raised by a single mother after my father was gunned down during a robbery at his moving business. My mother, Bertha, created a sanctuary within our home, and I was blessed to benefit from unconditional love from my aunts and uncles and cousins, mentorship from the elders of my church, and many local leaders. I went on to attend and graduate from Morehouse College and Princeton Theological Seminary. I worked within several civil rights organizations and eventually founded my own bipartisan government relations and consulting firm, Perennial Strategy Group, as well as Perennial Law Group and Perennial Sports and Entertainment. Yes, I, quote unquote, made it out of West Woodlawn. However, I recognize that not all my friends and neighbors had that sort of support network that I had. I look around neighborhoods in Chicago, similar to where I grew up, neighborhoods like Woodlawn, that are still rife with vacant lots, dilapidated properties, violent crime, and joblessness. I see families, daughters, sons, grandparents, working hard to hold on to their community in spite of everything conventional being stacked against them. They, contrary to what the rhetorical, deficit-based narrative might suggest, have great pride, faith, and drive. So what do I do as a son of Woodlawn? Well, I see something else when I look at my old neighborhood. I see the YWCA. I'm reminded that the YWCA has been there on the South Side and in Woodlawn for more than 50 years. They are supporting individuals and families with the kind of resources, opportunities, and hope that I was so fortunate to have received elsewhere. And now I've returned to Chicago to address some of the issues affecting the South Side. And I need a partner, a trusted partner on the South Side. So my latest company, our latest company, Greenlining Realty USA, a national real estate development and management firm working to revitalize historically underserved and distressed communities, and our Greenlining Foundation have already committed $200,000 in grants to YWCA Chicago. We do this to help expand their presence and impact, specifically as it relates to their programming around women, technology, and innovation in Woodlawn. The YWCA has been there and is still there, doing the critical and hard work for those who need it most. They're working to extend the vitality that has been experienced in Chicago's central business district to the neighborhoods. They're walking hand in hand with so many sons and daughters of Woodlawn and North Lawndale and Logan Square and the west and south suburbs, coaching and training some residents to better jobs or to small businesses. They're working to help young people and adults heal from trauma, because we know the trauma experienced in these communities, if left untreated, begets more trauma. And they're bridging the digital divide through youth STEM and adult technology training. If you haven't dug in to examine their outcomes, I'll tell you that their efforts are working. So I'm here, along with Julie Scott, to encourage you to join me as an investor in the future of Chicago, as an investor in the YWCA Metropolitan Chicago.